I believe hearts bleed, but not like trivial nosebleeds, or typical childhood injuries such as lacerations and contusions on limbs such as elbows and knees that would require little to no surgery, healing over time with ease. Because too many of us have suffered from heartbreak, or at least some form of pain that you thought was too much for your heart to take. As fragile as hearts may be, they can also be dangerous predators seeking out their next victim to claim as prey. There's a reason your ribs are a cage. Taming the wild creature of your heart that longs to be set free, maybe that's why the caged bird sings. Like the bird Maya Angelou spoke of when she uttered the profound words into the makings of history, who knew? But letting your heart in and out of its cage like a puppy being trained becomes a task rather tedious and discouraging. So you wear your heart on your sleeve, so you can get to it more accessibly, unaware of the implications that it could bring. Because vulnerability is more than a mental state that you occasionally live in, which proved to be more often than not a not so environmentally friendly environment all too familiar. Becoming the building blocks for the borders defining an area of jurisdiction of your emotional state, and stating yourself as presiding judge, passing judgment when seen fit or necessary. Until opposed by a betrayed trust, your mate gave in to lust, or a relationship without warning unexpectedly dissipated or just bit the dust. So you write on the walls of your newly guarded heart, with a permanency and urgency driven by an attitude of stubborn tenacity that things such as these must never happen again. Unaware that putting your heart on safety isn't always the safest thing. Because bitterness has already started seeping through the pores of your being, attacking your heart like HIV senselessly infecting your system's immunity. Stand from the abuse and misuse of the love entrusted to us, turning a deep shade of envious green that festers into anger, all while turning you into the tyrant of the angry state that you presently live in. Anger, resounding, resonating within you so deep, so long it's become your new identity. We'll just call you Yosemite. Saying, but not even the late great Dr. Seuss can prescribe a prescription for that green-eyed monster. But when concerning matters of the heart, pertaining to vulnerability and honesty, many times I've heard it, I keep it 100. But truth be told, we all contradict ourselves by sugarcoating the truth to a pill more easy to swallow. Because whether we'll admit it or not, a majority of our generation's society seems to struggle with this thing we call maturity. But I digress. This poem is getting away from me, returning back to the subject at hand, no longer remembered like the back of one's hand, discarded like an unwanted card. You're just another wannabe, instead of the next possible anomaly. That could be, should be, would be influential being that could have been the exception to the rule. Too bad life isn't always so serendipitous, but rather cruel. Like punishment. Unfit for even a convict. You're just another number. A stat. Instantly seen as just another irrelevant fact, like trash, useless and thrown away like that. Only then does the heart remind itself that it's not quite so wise as it thinks. Because freedom is not so free. Life's great illusion and worst cruel irony. Like Paul Walker dying in reality at the hands of the same role that he played on the TV screen. A sobering satirical epiphany, registering at a price that always goes beyond conceiving. That only when the heart breaks does it become clear between what the heart wants and what it needs. Bruised, battered, shattered, something is always left for collateral damage that hearts weren't meant or prepared for. All because you gave more than you bargained for, took more than you paid for when that cold ocean of harsh reality hit you that you went overboard. Frozen from frostbite because that bite from the frost left you more than ice cold like stone bitter to the point of no repair. Like hypothermia spreading so rapidly you didn't know that it was happening or that it was even there. But let's be honest for a moment, shall we? Low-key from time to time, we all do attend parties where the only parties attending are ourselves and our pity. Because we've all made a post or a tweet that was meant for the sole purpose of gaining attention, a stunt for publicity, to be seen or heard, whichever you prefer, by someone, or maybe just that one that you've been hoping for to be your Nintendo Mario, to save you from your Princess Peach, aka damsel in distress syndrome, because hearts weren't meant to be ignored. but to captivate fascination by its beauty, much like a lion's roar, soaring like the wings of an eagle flying high into the sky, taking full advantage of his ability to determine the course of his own flight wherever he might. A gift inherited from day one of his predestined life. But in light of all this rhythmic banter, I wish to express with the utmost sincerity the importance of one specific matter. We cannot keep demanding real love by offering conditional lust. And the only way to get this unconditional gift is to receive it from the one who created us. So if you want your caged bird of a heart to sing and be set free, then this lesson learned is a must. Because until we let go of our self-entitlement, our bitterness, and our greed, we will always, whether intentional or not, shatter fragile hearts to break open and bleed.